Men are demanding that women take virginity tests before marriage. Oh my gosh. Guys, women kept on pushing and pushing and pushing. They said, guys, we'd rather the bear over you. And now men are saying, well, no hymen, no diamond. Today's video comes from the China Unvarnished channel. Their channel will be linked in the description of the video so that you can go check them out and support them. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of men now telling women that they will not marry them before they go and get tested to ensure that they are actually pure and virgins. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble because you never really will know what can happen on this platform. So go follow us over there. It's linked in the description of the video, so you can find us over there. Also, guys, our inauguration sale in the Academy is going to wrap up in the next 14 hours. We have this amazing deal for you guys over there for Trump's inauguration sale. The financial system is on the brink of collapse. ATMs will freeze. Banks will lock their doors. Your wealth is at risk. Learn how to protect your assets with crypto. Angry's Crypto Academy will teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in the safest coins. Don't wait until it's too late. Secure your future today. There's only 13 hours left to save 30% off all plans at Angry's Crypto Academy for our Trump's Inauguration Day sale, which ends today, January 20th at 11:59 p.m. Click the link in the description to go ahead and join. And also, guys, don't forget that you can check out our crypto trading for dummies blueprint available in the Academy. And with this blueprint, you'll learn how crypto day trading can help you earn daily profits and even starting small. So you can go check that out in the Academy. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
遇到一个男的神经病一样，他说我提的3个要求，结婚彩礼50万，别说50万，51万都可以，房子车子都可以满足我，但是必须让我去做那个 GPA 的一个婚检是什么意思？他是感觉自己很牛是吗？还做什么婚检？有病啊，是不是？
我也觉得没必要做的，因为
I watched this beauty's statement. Personally, I also believe there's no need for a premarital checkup. After all, this beauty is like a white lotus in a pond, pure and of good character. Since you can rise above the muck without being tainted, why are you so afraid of having a premarital checkup? This man is willing to spend a lot of money on marriage, and of course he wants to marry a flawless woman. Since you're asking for such a high bride price, you must have corresponding qualities yourself. Although this man has already agreed to the 3 demands you made, he's no fool. Since he is spending money and is serious about marrying you, I think his request for you to undergo a premarital checkup is actually reasonable. Beauty, shouldn't you show a bit of sincerity to dispel any concerns he may have? This is not only for your future, but also for your ability to safely have children in the future. Since you believe there's nothing wrong with your character, I believe you should be able to pass the premarital checkup, right? You were so bold when asking for a bride price of 500,000 yuan. Why are you so uneasy about the premarital checkup? I saw the beauty's expression, which was very angry, almost as if she wasn't calm. Could it be that something about your body is not quite right? If that's the case, there's no need to be so upset. Because even if you try to hide it, it will certainly be found out. And you shouldn't always try to avoid it. I believe if you keep avoiding the premarital checkup and refuse to go, then there must be something wrong with you. It seems the premarital checkup is like a mirror, directly stripping away this beauty's confidence. If you're not as pure as you claim, then you don't deserve to ask for such a high bride price. As the saying goes, if there's no honesty in matchmaking, it's really hard to find someone sincere. This man has already made it clear, no premarital checkup, no marriage. I think his demand is quite reasonable, and every man should learn from him.
你不是要彩礼吗？行，咱先做个婚前检查。
Don't you want the bride price? Fine, then let's first do a premarital checkup. If the GPA indicators in the premarital checkup meet the standards, then I'll gladly give the 500,000 yuan bride price. Recently, there's been an interesting discussion online, especially here in Suzhou, where it's been spreading like wildfire. A certain man put forward the view that if you're not a virgin, you're not entitled to a bride price. This man first proposed that if someone wants a bride price, they must provide a valid premarital checkup report. My goodness, as soon as this view was put forward, it immediately sparked a collective response from many women. They felt that the bride price, a traditional marriage custom in China that has existed for thousands of years, should not be tied to a premarital checkup report. The story started with this man's blind date telling him that if he wanted to marry her, he had to prepare a 500,000 yuan bride price, as it was the traditional custom in her hometown. The man admitted that 500,000 yuan was indeed quite a lot, but he could accept it. However, he added a condition: the woman must accept a premarital GPA checkup. Here, GPA stands for G for the number of pregnancies, P for the number of deliveries, and A for the number of abortions. He believes that through these indicators, some issues could be revealed. These data can't lie, and they can help both parties better understand each other's health status. So, this man directly made the marriage checkup report a prerequisite for giving the bride price. If the report shows that the woman is a virgin, then he would be willing to offer the 500,000 yuan bride price.
Now, just to be clear, 500,000 yuan, that's Chinese currency, that works out to $68,359. So almost $70,000. She's asking for almost $70,000 just to marry her. And what's crazy is that that's an insane amount of money in China. And there are women who are actually asking for up to $1 million as well. So 70,000 is actually on the lower end. And to be very clear, bride prices were never that high either. And in many cases, it was actually the woman's family that would also pay a dowry to the man for the man. So it's absolutely insane where you have 304s that think that they now deserve a bride price for their hand in marriage. It's a 100% scam. After they were out there in the streets for decades, now they want a man to put a ring on it and pay them for marriage. You have to literally pay her to marry you and then allow her to extract wealth and resources from you throughout the entirety of the relationship. Who in their right mind would go into a relationship like that? It illustrates that there is no love in marriage. It is literally just a form of long-term escorting, as some guys often call it. The MGTOWs often say that marriage in many ways is no different than physical intimacy work. As it's, guys, these women don't actually love you. They're just trying to get your money out of you, and they're trying to take advantage of you by demanding that you pay large amounts of money just to be with someone who has been in many relationships. And to be very honest with you, more and more men are likely going to go on this trend because so many guys are already saying around the world that the juice is not worth the squeeze, and it's actually better just to keep your money for yourself. And when you do that, you can essentially just live off the interest in some cases. A lot of men are doing this, and they're basically like, hey, you know what? And if things go downhill, if the government does something, I don't care. If I'm going to pass away, I'm going to pass away. A lot of guys just want to live comfortable lives, simple lives of luxury and comfort, because the average man can live happily in a shoebox at the side of the road. The average woman cannot. And women are not minimalist by nature, but men are. So as things are going downhill, women are going to spend every dime and every dollar on luxury, while men are basically just going to live very comfortably. We have our video games. We have everything that we want. We have everything that we could need. Right now, I'm building out an entire collection of Nintendo Switch games. I'm at about 50 games. And I started building out right around Black Friday. I started building out my collection. I'm up to about 50 Nintendo Switch games, all brand new. And of course, I have my collection of Steam games. I have over 400 Steam games, and then I have over 300 games on GOG, which is good old games. So I have a massive collection of games, and it just kind of illustrates what's happening with men, where we have utility, we have value, we have the things that we want. Women, on the other hand, can never be happy because they're addicted to luxury, and men are basically calling them on their crap right now and saying, if you want all of this, you're going to have to offer something up. And to be clear, a lot of these men too, more than likely, are just going to be doing this for spite. So you'll have, because a lot of men who are just pissed off at relationships, that they're going to demand that these women go and provide these tests. And to be honest, women cannot provide these tests. And in some cases, women are going to try to get fraudulent tests more than likely. And then these men will then turn around and sue them for fraud. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But you have to remember that this is also kind of probably invasive because, they're going to have to go. They're going to have to be physically checked. They're going to also have to reveal if they've had any control alt deletions of gestations. So it's pretty serious. They're going to have to reveal very much their medical history, and it's hilarious what men are now doing because men are frustrated. You have women who said that women are that they are commodities. To lower yourself down to be a commodity is to basically say that your entire utility comes from your reproductive value and not what you can and nothing more than that. Not being so basically being a wife and a mother used to entail, child rearing, taking care of the home, making it a comfortable place for your husband, cooking, cleaning, submission. These things no longer exist. It's basically, I'll give you some physical intimacy from time to time, take it or leave it. Men are now basically saying, well, if you want to make it, if you want to put it on a pedestal like that, then it better be grade A steak. It better be Wagyu. And if you can't deliver, then I don't want it, and you're going to have to put in some work for it. And women don't want to do this anymore. And of course, a lot of women are committing paternity fraud. We talked about that in another video. So you understand increasingly that you're dealing with individuals who are functionally insane at best. And, we have to begin talking about this. People like psychics don't want to say it and accept it, that we are also dealing with downright wickedness. But let's jump right back into the video.
Woman, on the other hand, responded that she had a nearly 3-year cohabitation history with another man, but they eventually realized they were incompatible and decided to separate. She asked, "Am I so unworthy just because I've had a cohabitation history?" The man retorted, "How is cohabitation any different from a second marriage? If the two of you lived together for such a long time and did all the things that should be done, except for having children, you were almost married. Your ex-boyfriend didn't spend much money, yet he got to have your youth for so many years. But now, I want to marry you, and I have to pay a 500,000 yuan bride price and buy a house and car. Isn't that unfair?" The woman explained that she had once believed in love and thought she could get married, but she later found out that her ex was a scumbag, so they broke up. The man asked her, "Since you once believed in love, why, when it comes to me, do you only care about the car, house, and money? Why should I pay for your ex's mistakes? I'm not a savior." The woman then asked him, "Haven't you had a cohabitation history?" The man replied, "I have. That's why I don't want a bride price, I don't want a car, I don't want a house. As a man, I know I should properly marry a wife, truly care for her, and live a happy life. But I'm also afraid of meeting women who seem ready for marriage, but in reality, have insincere motives and act irresponsibly." This man's viewpoint, to some extent, represents the feelings of many modern men. They feel that many women seem to start discussions about marriage with the premise of the bride price, neglecting the traditional meaning. The man believes that traditional marriage customs are not all-encompassing. For example, in ancient times, the bride carried in an 8-palanquin sedan was always a lady of noble family, and marriages arranged through formal matchmaking were for virtuous women. A heavy bride price was often paid for a woman with a flawless body. In modern society, though, which woman truly meets all those standards? What do you think about the man's demands in Shuzhou? Are they right?
想要彩礼，想结婚，是吧？行，跟我去做婚检。
Now many men say, you women want a betrothal gift and want to get married, right? Fine. Let's go for a premarital medical examination together. What are you afraid of? Is it because the veil has been lifted and your shameful cover has been torn off? Although starting from 2023, premarital medical exams in our country have become voluntary, the high bride price, 88,000 yuan, 188,000 yuan, or even 500,000 yuan, has made it hard for men to bear. A man online pointed out that if you're not a virgin, there's no reason to ask for a betrothal gift. If you want a betrothal gift, then show the premarital medical report. Ladies, if your premarital medical exam GPA and other indicators pass, men would willingly give you 500,000 yuan as a betrothal gift. Recently, the largest matchmaking corner in Hangzhou sparked heated discussion. Eligible men and women wrote their betrothal gift and partner requirements on their matchmaking conditions. The men even included a requirement for a premarital medical exam, and they provided a clear explanation. They said that a medical exam can detect possible hidden diseases, which would be responsible for both the partner and any future children. However, the women at the matchmaking corner were directly upset, claiming that this is discrimination against women and a lack of respect for women. It's obvious that these matchmaking women are quite annoyed.
Now, what's very interesting is the men are agreeing to also go and get a physical test as well. So they're agreeing to subject themselves to any to physical health test as well. These modern women, however, are refusing. So they don't want any of their health history out there. They don't want you to find out who they've been with. They want to continue this farce. They want to keep pushing this farce. Guys, this is why men are focusing on getting their money and avoiding relationships with these people who just want to use us for our money. And one of the best ways you can do that is by investing in crypto. Ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now.
Is the premarital medical exam really that necessary? Could it be that you have something to hide, that you're so upset about it? When it comes to marriage, it's time to be open and honest. If there's no problem, there's nothing to fear. Whether you've preserved your purity or maintained your integrity, a medical checkup will tell the truth. Don't tell me you're a lotus that grows out of the mud without getting dirty. I won't claim that my behavior is perfect, but if you're gold, you won't be afraid of being tested by fire. Trust science and let people check. This is not only being responsible to your partner, but also to yourself. Young people should stick to their bottom line when it comes to relationships. Don't be too casual when interacting with someone of the opposite sex.
What's very interesting is these women don't even want it revealed if they have had, or if they currently have any venereal transmissions, if you get what I'm suggesting. They don't want you to know if they've previously had any deletions, control alt deletions of gestations. They don't want you to know if they've had any partners for physical intimacy. So they present themselves in this light of perfection and claiming that they are pure in all ways, but then and demand these large amounts of money for marriage just to marry them, but then in no way want to verify if they are clean. So these guys are like no hymen, no diamond, but modern women they don't even want to verify that they are safe for marriage. That if a man gets into a relationship with them, regardless if they've been physically intimate with someone else, that they don't have something that they can then transmit to their partner. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of you guys play stupid games with your lives. I'm going to be real. A lot of you play stupid games with your lives. I'm not going to lie. I was out there when I was young. I was out there. I was messing around. Let me tell you something. It is scary when things start to burn. It is scary when things start to happen. You're like, oh my gosh, what is this? I remember going to a doctor once and he basically made me feel so bad. He made me feel so bad because I was running around with I was messing around with the 304s. All right. And he made me feel horrible about it. And he treated me like I was garbage for it. But keep in mind, I was in a very traditional place in a traditional setting, and they don't really celebrate. They don't necessarily celebrate that lifestyle. Not all people, not everyone celebrates that lifestyle. Now, don't get me wrong. As a guy, you're going to be physically intimate with different women, but you know, there are consequences. You don't want that type of life. You don't want to have to constantly worry if you have something. If you're in a relationship with a partner, you have to know right away if they're clean or not, if they have anything or not. Because a lot of you dudes, like you will go to the Philippines and you immediately jump into something with a Filipina, and you don't even know if she has anything. Like let's be real, there's still stuff in this world that can destroy you. It's not worth it. It really, really is not worth it. And all of these women are panicking and freaking out because they don't even want to submit. They don't even want to show these men a test verifying that they don't have anything. Okay? They don't even want to verify that they can still have children. They don't want to verify that they're clean. They don't want to, they're free of any type of, condition. They don't want to verify that they can still have children, that they're still able to reproduce. They don't want to verify that they've not had any control alt deletions of gestations. They don't want you to know anything about them. Take them at face value and give them their money. That's not love. And only a stupid person would even agree to give a woman that kind of money for marriage. Okay. Oh, it's our culture. No, it's total BS. And when a man turns around and does the same thing and says, no, if you want to marry me, you're going to have to pay a dowry. They're like, excuse me? You're a man. You're a man. Guys, it's over for these individuals and there's no coming back. The effects, the legacy, I told you, even though the label feminism may go away, the legacy will live on. And it will live on because of the choices that women have made in Western society. Okay. Right now, you can see what they're saying. They're saying feminism got us everything that we want, and now let's fight it together. Feminism got us everything that we want, and now let's fight for one another. You need to understand that, something like 70% of white women voted for Donald Trump. Do you comprehend that a large portion of those women were feminist? They basically saw that everything that they had that the left had gone so far to the left that now they were about to lose many of the privileges that feminism and the ill-gotten gains that they had gotten as a result of women's liberation and feminism. So now they were eroding, and Trump's like, I'll protect you, I'll protect your rights, and blah, blah, blah. While the left is like, no, ladies, it's time to share. And as a result, they didn't vote for Trump because they like him. I saw one woman in the comments who identified as a feminist, but said she thought he was a pig, but she voted for him because she figured she'd be getting a better deal than voting for the left. Do you see this? It's all about, they don't even like us, guys. It's all about self-preservation and them holding on to their ill-gotten gains. So there's really nothing there. There's no relationship left. This is how their personalities are. And it took over 50 years for us to get here. So it will take over 50 years for any change to actually occur. Marriage is a dead institution. Or less than, right now, it's roughly one out of every 1,000 men are getting married right now. Okay, it's right in that ballpark. And again, a lot of you guys will go in the comments and you'll say, yes, Angry, but that's still one too many. It's 1 out of every 1,000. Yes, Angry, but I understand, Angry. It's still one too many. Okay, when we can start talking about like a fraction of a percentage, and then some of you are like, once it's down to 0, then we can talk, Angry. Until then, I don't care. This is the conversation I have with a lot of you guys. So I mean, the institution of marriage is almost dead, and modern women, They have nowhere to turn to. The state is basically falling apart. We're heading into an extraordinary period of complexity. Most of those jobs that women enjoy doing in this hospitality industry and administration, they are going to be replaced in the just in the in the coming years, even in 2025, by what we call AI agents. These AI agents can basically do lots of jobs. They can do everything from HR to coding. So many companies are now replacing significant amounts of coders with AI agents that can actually write applications and decode for entire applications. So if you're replacing people who have degrees in computer science that spent decades learning their craft, okay, with an AI agent, what do you think women are going to be doing? How do you think women are going to fare in these administration jobs? Even in jobs that require things like like research and law, they're replacing these people. And you're going to say, well, you don't know if there's no way of knowing if the information you're receiving is correct. That's why we have citations. Y'all, this is it. This is it. Many of these jobs that women do, there will be no jobs for them. And the thing about it is that men have to serve. Men basically have to succeed if they want to survive. Women have always been able to pivot and go to the state or go to men. They won't have men anymore to subsidize them. The Sims are not marrying them. The Sims are just taking advantage of them. All right. A Sim giving a woman $10.99 a month or $3.99 a month, to give him everything on OnlyFools is not love. It's lust and desire. And OnlyFools is on its way to being shut down. All right. The left and the right want to shut OnlyFools down, even though women and feminists say that it's empowering for women. It's really destroying their lives. And here's the thing: the moment that the moment you set up an OnlyFools, you set up on OnlyFools, you're done. There's nothing. It's over because you have to pay taxes. And if you make a single dollar, if you make $1 from that platform, it is going to be reported to the IRS, and your employer can then go and look at all the different jobs that you've worked at. And they can basically say, oh, so you were on OnlyFools. Yeah, you're not going to be working here. Especially jobs in companies in fields where, like, government and so forth, like, they're not going to hire you. Are you crazy? So you basically messed up your name, messed up your future for instant gratification in the present. Congratulations, ladies, you've made it. They can't turn back to men because men are done with the nonsense and the BS, and they're not going to help them. So where are they going to have to turn to? They're going to have to turn to the streets. Okay. They're going to have to turn to the streets and try to make their money off the streets. And I'm telling you right now, the streets are no place to be. The streets are a miserable place to be, guys. All right. One of the keys right now, as things are going downhill, as the dollar is collapsing, is to basically focus on getting your money and building yourself up, guys. One of the best ways I've talked about is actually get into day trading crypto. It's an incredible opportunity. Okay. It's actually available right now. What I did is I created a thing called the crypto trading for dummies blueprint. Let me tell you a little bit about it. So I just want to tell you a little bit about the crypto trading for dummies blueprint available in Angry Crypto Academy. With the blueprint, you'll learn how to day trade crypto, and you'll learn how crypto day trading can help you earn daily profits. So even starting with small, you can make money. Imagine making $30 a day with just trading $100, or even hundreds a day, hundreds daily, trading small amounts, working just for an hour a day. So for example, you have $500 to trade, you could reasonably make, $100 to $200 a day trading that. And we teach you the techniques that allow you to minimize losses and everything. There's so many basically, you're not doing any crazy advanced trading. You're not trying to make $3,000. You're making small amounts of money every day. But if you spend an hour a day working on trading crypto, and you make 30 to, you're only trading, let's say, $100. You work an hour a day. That's $30. That's $900 a month. You do that every day. Let's say you do $500. You work an hour a day. That's $100 or $200 a day. That's $3,000. That's anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 a month. Now, do you see where we're going with this? And so the blueprint's actually written so simple that even a fifth grader can do it. And with banks collapsing and the economy in chaos, the skill is your lifeline. You know, you can actually click the link in description to check it out now. And like I said earlier in the video, we're actually doing an inauguration sale for Trump. So basically, it ends in 13 hours, and you're able to save 30% off all plans at the Crypto Academy for Trump's inauguration day sale. It ends today at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find a link in the description of the video. One of the great things is that we offer these things called in the bootcamp membership. You definitely want to go and check out bootcamp. We actually do things like cryptocurrency reviews, crypto analysis. You can reach out through support and speak to me directly, and you'll get a cryptocurrency analysis, cryptocurrency report for portfolio review. If there's a specific coin that you're interested in, we'll do an analysis for that. We do white paper reviews as well. It's a lot of services, and that's actually available as a part of the bootcamp membership. While the paid plan gives you access to all the courses, and then the bootcamp membership gives you even more value. But yeah, you can check all of that out in the Academy, and all of that's linked in the description of the video. But you should be focusing on getting your money right now, getting your wealth up, and getting right with God, because we're heading into some crazy times. And I'm telling y'all, you can't do it, guys. When you have God, you can achieve anything. And these modern women, they don't have God. So they're really heading, they're going to be heading to the woods to go hang out with Yogi and Boo Boo. And we'll see how Yogi and Boo Boo treat them. So men are demanding that women take virginity tests before marriage, and women are pissed off over it, but they really have no choice in the matter. And, you know, my prediction is that these women, they put themselves, they took the V, they paid it in gold and put themselves on a pedestal. And, God allowed them to, reach the highest mountain so they can fall from the highest peak. And once they hit the ground, they're not going to like it. They're going to find themselves living in poverty, living in destitution, living in their cars, living in the woods, living in their cars, living in the streets, living in shelters, living in the woods, hanging out with Yogi and Boo Boo, and fighting for survival. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Man walking away, and cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.